Hey all, welcome to Parker's Reefs. I'm here with my daughter Ruby. We're at Reef Factory to check out this crazy new piece of coral that Alan's got in and also do a par test on his system with the new lights set up. Let's go get into it. All right, so the other day I got a message from my mate at Reef Factory, Alan. He told me that he just picked up the most crazy bower banky he's ever seen in his life. And if possible, if I could come get some pictures of it, as well as take along my par meter, because he recently had a little bit of an issue where he dropped his ATI power module into the tank and had to replace it with some 400 watt metal halides and also a PacSun T5 fixture. He wasn't seeing the same vibrance of colors from his coral, and he's questioning whether the light is the problem at all. So I guess he's tempted me along by saying, come check out this bower banky, but bring your par meter so we can have a look and see if these lights are up to the task. And let me just give you a little sneak peek now. The LPS that Alan has in his system is absolutely mind-blowing. So I was more than happy to go along and take some footage and share it with you guys at home. I have taken on board some, let's call it constructive criticism from a viewer called Mr. Faz, who said on one of my recent videos that it is the worst camera work he has seen on YouTube. So I've taken that constructive criticism on board. I've slowed the footage down. I've made sure that I've put heaps of the DSLR pictures that I've taken on screen, give you a good 5-6 seconds for each coral so you can have a good look at these incredible scollies, bower bankies, gonies, you name it. The LPS is just off the charts here at Reef Factory. Anyway guys, enough rambling from me. I'll let you enjoy the footage. Let's jump into it. All right, here we are at Reef Factory itself, and you can see the first system we're checking out here is the SBS system, which includes both the mother colonies and also the frags. These are the ones that we're here to do a par test on, and I can tell you the par test came back much lower than we were receiving under the ATI power modules. Now, that could be the type of bulbs used or the settings or whatnot. All we know is that we're getting about a quarter of the par that we were getting before, and that probably does go a long way to showing why, well, at least Alan says anyway, that the SBS colors have dropped a lot. They still look incredible to me, but I guess probably not at their full potential, but let's scoot on over and have a look at what is at its full potential, and that is this LPS system here, because it is off the charts. Check out that bower banky front and center there. That's the new piece of coral that's gone into this system, and wow, what a showcase it is. I've seen pictures of these pieces online before, these ultra export A-grade, master, whatever sort of adjective you want to put in front of it, these bower bankies that just break the internet. This is the first time I've seen one in person, and man, you can see from the still picture there, it just has so many colors in it, and where the colors join, the banding is so strong. But it's not the only showpiece in this tank. In fact, almost every piece in this tank is a showpiece, and it's easy to glance over these hammers, particularly under these lights. But when you have a look at this hammer here, when you get a close look at it, you can actually see that it is green, toxic green with gold tips on the hammers like that. It is an absolute cracking piece. I know on the camera phone there it kind of just glows green, but there is no shortage of gonies here, and I did manage to bring one of these ones home. Check out the mother colony of this purple tipped green glitter goni going on there. These incredible hyper pink little goni frags here. These things absolutely burn the camera's sensor. There's a larger one there. You can see the gold tipped red gonies in the background. I've got a picture of those there. I picked one of these up to bring home because they just looked really unique and real contrasting colors. I also have noticed some of these chellis up in here on the frag rack. I was tempted to bring some of these home too, because I have a soft spot for chellis, and these were some new additions to this system, and I was pretty keen to not let them sit there for too long, because a couple of these pieces are just ridiculous colors. Have a look at the purples, the blues, the golds, the greens in this one. Just a stunning piece. And this one here has got this light yellow color with these rich purple eyes on it. And even the loose one is probably a little bit more common, but it's got a beautiful dark green with yellow speckles through it, orange eyes. Just some really nice chalice. I don't know why they don't get Aussie cellist doesn't get more attention. It is just a cracking piece. You can see that hammer there still glowing. I know from this angle it looks solid green, but you can kind of see the solid green one down the bottom there, and it is distinctly different. I do also want to point out this mottled one up on the top right here, because it's one that just in person is just ridiculously colourful. I can't wait to really get a good visual of that for you, but man, it's a nice piece. And let's have a look at some of these scollies. I know I covered that gold scolly with the little red splash and the purple ring, but man, there's so many other pieces here to check out, and I made sure I got plenty of pictures of all of these for you guys to see at home, because I understand that waving the phone camera over the top of a over the tank doesn't really picture or represent their true colors for you all that well. So let's have a look at some of these, some of the pictures of these pieces, because you won't be disappointed. And yes, don't worry, we will get back to that Bowerbankia and even touch on some of those Trachophilia there, and that Cyanaria, and these Lobophilia. Yes, it keeps going. There's even a crazy Acan frag there, but have a look at this scolly here, this ridiculously gold-coloured scolly with a little toxic vein going through it. This teal one with bleeding apple red streaks and a little peach circle. Of course, the showpiece from the last video, this gold UFO with a purple ring and a couple of red streaks. We've got this master grade UFO bleeding apple style scolly here. Another one, but with some distinct variants. This one's got some white or light blue splashes through it. Come across to a solid red or orange, I guess you'd call that scolly. That one's really contrasting against the greens nicely. There's a double-headed blue and red one here with some light speckles through it. This one here is really hard to photograph because the colors are so bright. The green on this is verging on yellow, and this is another bleeding apple, but this one's probably the most extreme bleeding apple I've ever seen. Just a crazy piece. And of course, like I said, we do have, well, I can give you a little view from in front of the glass so you don't get the ripples of the water. It's difficult to comprehend this many incredible scollies in one place, but have a look at the Lobos that are here as well. There's some what would be classified as rainbow Lobos. Look at the colors in these things. Just look at the center of that one, just glowing with the different bands of colors. And this Cyanaria, man, if I could pry that out of Alan's hands, I would, because it's just an absolute showpiece Cyanaria. But yes, showpieces don't come much more than this guy here, and what a Bowerbankia it is. This thing has just got, I can see red, orange, yellow, purple, green, blue. The colors are just, wow. I didn't ask Alan if it was for sale, and if it is, how much it is, because I know if it is for sale, I probably cannot afford it, and I could only imagine my angel nipping away at it. So rather than giving my angel the most expensive meal ever, I will just enjoy its beauty in this video and take as many pictures of it as I can. But you can see the system here is lit up just by these really fairly basic LED bars. Alan brings these into Australia himself, and I've got to say, we did a par test in this tank, and none of these corals are getting exceptionally high par. We're talking around the 80 to 100 par mark. Nothing outrageous. You can see they are all really enjoying life in there, though. So a good little indicator that you probably don't need to blast your LPS too much to get them happy. Just next to that system, this one here was going to be a fish-only system, but this one is now going to be set up as an SBS display. So you can imagine that crazy scape there with some of Reef Factory's premium SBS frags just scattered all throughout. I can't wait to see that grown out. And speaking of the SBS, I know we touched on that they've lost a bit of colour, particularly the frags there under the halide there, which is just not delivering the par we thought it would. We're talking like at the water's surface 200 par, and then as soon as you come down a few inches, we're dropping down to like about 120 par. So it's not really enough for SBS, and some of these pieces have lost a little bit of colour, but that being said, they also went without light for a couple of days, so I actually think they're bouncing back pretty good. Some of these pieces are looking as colourful, if not more colourful than before, but in fairness, the majority of them have lost a bit of their zing, so Alan is keen to bolster this system with some crazy amounts of light very, very soon. We're talking either a truckload of Radians or a almost a pallet load of Philips Coral Cares will go over this system. So Alan's just tossing up between the two, maybe even another option yet. We'll have to wait and see, but there's going to be a lot of light over that system very, very soon. All right, guys, there you have it. That's the video from Reef Factory. As you can tell from the video, the power that we're getting from those lights at the moment is not up to spec for Reef Factory's SPS standards. So Alan's pretty keen to sell some LPS to fund a lighting upgrade on that tank. So if you saw any of the ultra high-end LPS that you saw in this video that you want to put in your tank, be sure to shoot Reef Factory a message. Talk to them about the corals you saw in this video and let them see what you guys can work out in regards to getting that coral in your tank. I will forewarn you, this is not a cheap thing. The LPS shown on this video were not your typical everyday corals available. They are ultra high end, and they do therefore come with a fairly ultra high end price tag. But if you're a high end LPS collector, I'm sure you won't have any trouble going for that at all. I can say I picked up one of those incredible red gonies with the gold tips while I was there, a little frag of that to put in my dream reef tank here, which is desperately overdue for a glass clean. So I might wrap this video up there and get stuck into that. If you enjoyed it, please do give a thumbs up. If you've got any constructive feedback like our dear viewer, Mr. Faz, be sure to pop it in the comment section down below. If you don't know already, I personally reply to each and every comment put in there. So if you do want to give some feedback, or you want to ask me a question or anything like that, that is the best place to do so. And last but not least, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so. It costs you no money whatsoever. It takes 2 seconds of your time and goes a long way at helping me out on this journey. Anyway, guys, I'll leave it at that. Thank you so much for watching. Till next time, stay safe, keep reefing. Bye.